So as you enter through the huge double doors, there's a pedestal, and a man laying on the pedestal. Eugene runs up. Graham! He holds him by his head. Are you okay? Yes, I am. Did you bring the Eldunari? Yes, I did, Graham. Perfect. And suddenly you see the tip of a blade coming out from Eugene's front section. He looks down. He looks at Graham. Graham gives a wicked smile. He holds him up, and Graham's form changes into that of a man bright white-skinned, sallow colored, with bright red blood hair and sharp pointy teeth. Thank you, Eugene, for your gift. And he rips the device and puts it over a pedestal and kicks Eugene down the stairs. I will now use this power to take over the world. I thank you, Eugene. DM, can I use a spell? I'm gonna blast this guy in the face with an ice ball. Huh? Yeah, just give me 1 second. Let me finish this monologue. And then he... Oh no. Welcome back, everyone, to another Zaggard-tastic video. It is I, your friend, the one, the only Z, a single gut Zaggard, and this is another one of my ADHD D&D videos, where I teach you how to run D&D with ADHD. And I recently made a huge error in one of my Dungeons & Dragons games. You see, I had planned this whole dungeon, the first dungeon for my players in our Looming Shadow campaign. They were supposed to go through the dungeon and see this huge mural of this evil monster fighting dragon riders, and they skipped that. That's totally fine. And then there was supposed to be an area with traps that they skipped. Totally fine that they skipped that as well. And they kind of skipped about a third of the dungeon, and they were at the boss room. And I had this huge entrance plan for this one villain who I plan to have be a recurring villain, but they don't know that yet. They just know this is a character in front of them. And I had him start giving this one monologue, and he was supposed to be evil, talk about how he's going to destroy the world, chaos will reign supreme, everything will be equal in chaos, some stupid evil villains. And I had this monologue planned, and one of my players did what every player does. I'm going to attack him because he's clearly a villain. And I went, one moment, okay? And I didn't realize it at the time because I was trying to get the story going, and I had this huge thing planned. But I just told my player that their plans don't matter. That's essentially what I said. Now, I didn't directly say that because I immediately let her go first as soon as the combat started. So I kind of salvaged it a little bit, but it was still a terrible idea for me to do. And we all make mistakes like this. But the point of this video isn't to be like, how dare you? You're a terrible GM. Rah, 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 rah. No, it's to show you my mistakes so you don't make them next time. And you know why my player sent me that? Because I tell all my players, send me feedback after each session. I always want them sending me feedback. I always want to know what I'm doing great. She has told me all the stuff that I've been doing great and the stuff that I should fix. Most of the problems so far, we've only had 2 sessions, have been with people talking over me or having side conversations during a lore session. Or there's an NPC and a character having a conversation, and these two are like, I'm not interested. So they're like, yep. You know, kind of like the kids in class who are in the back who are always like, hey, you play the new Pokemon game? While the teacher's trying to teach everybody geometry. And my player straight up said, hey, don't do that because it made it feel like I didn't have any say in what was going on, and it felt like I had to pause the game for your story time. And that's fair, that shouldn't happen. But here's what makes my players really great. She didn't just say, you suck as a DM. No. She didn't just say, hey, this made me feel bad. No. She said, hey, this made me feel bad, and here's a way you could do it in the future so we don't attack them. You could have them stand in front of a force field wall that we can't hit. Or maybe if they're attacking an NPC, they use that NPC as like a hostage, as a meat shield, to protect themselves from our attack. So even if we do attack them, we're attacking our friend. And I was like, oh, flapjacks. That's genius. And now I'm going to use that in my next session because that's so cool. So I give this information to you freely, willingly. If you have a big, bad, evil guy and he's going to take an NPC and stab him through the chest, just grab an NPC. Or maybe he can even grab a PC. He could like force choke them like Darth Vader, pull them towards him and hold them in front, right? And then when your player goes, I shoot him with an arrow or I throw a fireball, he then holds up the NPC or the PC and uses them as a meat shield to block it. Maybe even intercepts the giant fireball like a few feet in front of him, so that way it doesn't explode even in him and it just kills this NPC or it kills the PC. Or maybe it can be one of his own minions if you're afraid of making them feel really bad. These are all really cool ways that I've been thinking of since my player told me that. It's only been a couple days. And so I think really you should use these methods to make your villains not just more evil, but more intelligent, and you get to keep your monologue. It's a what am I doing here? It's a 3 win for win condition. Anyways, I know this is a short, quick video, but I think it's an important one that everyone should learn. I think it's a really important lesson I needed to learn, so now I'm thinking about that stuff more as we go in through my campaign with that group and my campaign with my other group. That's my ADHD&D advice from me to you. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Click that like button. Stay safe, stay smart, stay healthy. Be thankful for everything and everyone in your life. And remember the most important rule in the Dragon's Den. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me, who believes in you. So long, adventurers.